Welcome back. Business owners always hear about those rules that you have to follow, but what about the 5 rules that you should be breaking? Here is local business leader and entrepreneur, Troy Hazard. He's one of our favorite guests, and it's not just because of his super cool accent. Troy, good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm good, mate, good.
God, we haven't had you on in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been running around the world a bit.
Yeah. You know, even today, as soon as this is done, you're on a plane.
Way I go.
Always going somewhere. Which is good because it must mean you're successful, and if you weren't, it'd be dumb because you're writing a book about it. So,
exactly.
So clearly you got it going on. All right, every time you come, you give us these cool tips, and they're really sort of informative and fun. And we've got, these are great. 5 business rules you should now be breaking.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, I think what happened over the years is that the business has shifted a lot, particularly with social media and the internet. Those sort of things are really affecting us as business people all over the world. So the old rules we used to live by in the 60s and 70s, we're going to start breaking them and thinking of new ways to approach some of these concepts that we once felt were the things that made our business successful.
It's funny, I feel people freaking out a little because they probably just bought a book about here are the rules to follow for starting every business.
Yeah, probably. And look, some of them are still okay, but it's just a different application of what you knew to be true 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and you mentioned one of the ones we're going to get to is social media, so obviously that has a lot to do with businesses now.
Absolutely. And look, here's the problem we have with social media. Everyone thinks it's the do-all, be-all, see-all, wonderful thing that's going to change the world. And it's not.
Right.
It's like radio was in the 20s, television in the 40s, color television in the 60s, the internet in the 90s. It's just another thing. And we're never going to really quite get our head around it. Social media to small business is like what men are to women. We know we have to understand them, but it's never going to happen. So we're going to try and find a different way of looking at it and going, well, it's one more thing that I've got to manage and be a part of, but it's not going to change my world. In 5 years' time, something else will come along.
But is it important still as a business owner? And I guess we're going to start. I guess we're starting with this one.
Yeah.
Social media. So you should post on Twitter. You should be active on Facebook as a small business owner.
Oh, look, I think so, but don't think it's going to be the thing that brings all the customers to the front door. I mean, I got 14,000 followers on Facebook. I don't know who they are. And do I make any money out of that? No, not really. Is it help my profile? Probably, but it's not going to be the thing that fixes everything. It'll be one of the things we manage amongst all of the things we have in a marketing program. And that's where small business needs to get their head around it. You've still got to go and shake hands and kiss babies. You've still got to have good customer service. You've still got to go out there and put flyers in letterboxes and really show the community that you care. And social media just kind of adds to that whole process.
Okay, so we'll start with the first one, which is growth is good. Tell me about that.
Well, everyone wants to grow. We've got to accelerate the business. We need more sales. We need more customers, and that's fine. But it's got to be good growth. I mean, in the 2001, I woke up one morning and said, you know what? We don't like our customers. They're not good for us. And they weren't. They wouldn't pay. They were hard to deal with. They were time consuming. They weren't effective for our business. 60% of our customers sucked, pretty much. So we told them we didn't want to work with them. We're done. Go and find someone else to help you. It won't be us. It's not profitable for us. What we learnt was that growth was not good. I brought on bad people as customers because I felt I needed more customers. The reality was we needed to find customers that fit our culture, fit our people, that were potentially a little bit more efficient or effective for us to work with. And then growth is good.
And then so you take on less customers, better customers, service them better.
Right.
And then you get the referrals, right?
Right. It's a better fit for you because you're not wasting time chasing around with guys who are too demanding or that want more than they pay for or don't pay at all. You know, that's the sort of stuff that we found that was really important to us. So I have less customers now that I love a lot more. And of course, they also have the same respect for me. And we get the job done. We still grow, but at least we know that we're doing it as a partnership rather than I'm just getting belted by them every day.
Yeah, is there like, for someone starting their own business, is there sort of a checklist when to dump a customer, when a customer is not worth it?
Well, when they're not paying is a good start.
Right.
But I think, look at the culture of your business. Why do you do things? What do you want to represent? What's your values? Do they match those values and that vision that you have for the future? If they do, they're probably a good customer. If they don't, then they're probably people that you'd like to give your competitors.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's just at the end of the day not worth it, right?
Not really, no.
Cash is king. That is a rule that perhaps we should be breaking.
Yeah, look, we've always thought that cash is king. If I've got money, I'm good. Everything's fine. It's actually not cash is king, it's cash flow is king. Lots of small business people spend the money before they got it. Then they make a sale and they think they've got the dough. You haven't got the dough until you see it in the bank. So you've got to watch debtors and creditors. Is the money coming in and going out in its right format? You know, you're not got debtors or people that owe you money that are out to 120 days and you're chasing them for it. Conversely, you're making sure you're paying your creditors on time so that they look after you as well. And that cash flow is the key to getting ahead.
Do you recommend someone who maybe is not savvy with regards to balancing accounts and things like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you need, what do you, QuickBooks, or what do you do? Like, you need to have a financial advisor with your business?
I think a bit of everything. I have all of those. I've got a financial advisor. I've actually got 3 different accountants for different things that they do in the business. But still, for me, I have a daily cash flow chart of accounts that I go back and have a look at to make sure that money's going in and coming out as it should. And in fact, I did it only 10 minutes before I came here. So a quick look, what do we bank, what's gone out? Okay, good, life is fine. And I think that simple rule of just keeping your eye on it, balancing your checkbook every day or every other day, is going to be a great start for a small business person.
So Post-its and in here, not the way
to
go.
Put it on the screen of your computer. That's not going to work for
That's not going to do it.
No.
Plan to succeed. Tell me about that one.
We always feel that we've got to have the best plan, the best strategy. And years ago, what was it? If you failed to plan, then you were planning to fail. That was the saying. I think you've got to be a little bit more agile. We live in a world of faster, better, now. And so we've got to sometimes make the move, get the job done, and then worry about the bigger strategy later. Now, I love business plans. I have a vision. I have a forecast of what we want to do with all the performance indicators and metrics that you put with that. But I think we've got to look at it and go, sometimes we've got to move a little bit faster. It's no different to some of these companies paying ridiculous amounts of money for technology, buying companies for billions of dollars. I would suggest that most of those guys have no idea what they're going to do with it when they bought it. They just feel they have to buy it because if they don't, someone else is gonna.
Right, first to market, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's, get the client, print the business cards later. Don't worry about the flash office. You can work from your dining room table. Just get it done and try and stay one step ahead.
Because nothing's ever going to be perfect, right?
No, not at
You're
all.
never going to be fully ready. There's always going to be something else.
There'll always be something that's not quite right, and that procrastination is going to end up killing you.
So go for it.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah. Okay, we did social media. This one, I'm so excited to talk about this one. We should be breaking the rule that tells us the customer is always right.
People are coming to us informed, and they're looking for stuff on the internet, they're shopping, they're getting their information, they're coming to you as if they know what they're talking about. Now, our job is to not be subservient to that. We need to try and steer them to the right answers or to the right solutions. So if I've come to you and said, well, this is the greatest cup in the world and I know I want this cup, if you know it's not right for me, your job is to try and be the architect of that conversation and convince me that, look, we know you've got the information and we know you think you know what you're talking about, but that's really not your cup. I got a better cup for you.
Right.
So they're not always right. And think about how much you do on the internet when you're looking for stuff to buy. Maybe you do your research first, and then you go to the retailer, or you make the phone call, or you buy online. Sometimes those decisions you've made are not always right.
Well, different industry, but I think WebMD is kind of the same deal, right?
Yeah,
Somebody coughs,
exactly.
they go to WebMD, and then they go to their doctor. They're like, just so you know, I have something horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
WebMD says I do.
Yeah, you've got a cold. It's
right,
okay.
right. Okay, running out of time. Tell me more about future-proofing your business, how people can get it, and all that good stuff.
On Amazon, it's a collection of stories of things that we've learned over 25 years in business, things we got right, things we got incredibly wrong, how not to do it wrong in the future.
Yeah, I read it, I loved it. I mean, I told you that last time you were here. It's great. It's
good.
You're awesome. You have 12,000 followers on Facebook, so I don't know, do you even need any more friends? Should we send people to your Facebook page? Or what? If people want to get more info about you, how do they do it?
Just troyhazard.com. Yeah. We're always there. I'm happy to answer emails, no problem at all.
Okay, you'll come back soon, I'm
I
sure.
will.
All right, go be important, man. You got a flight somewhere. Go do it. Good to see you, Troy.
See you, mate.
All right.